bitch. Will forever be that bitch. Yeah, I'm the hood Mona Lisa. Break a nigga into pieces. Had to X some cheesy niggas out my circle like a pizza. I'm way too exclusive. I don't shop on Insta boutiques. All them little ass clothes only fit fake booties. Bad bitch, still talking cash shit. Pussy like water. I'm a mother everything.
Hello. Welcome to Healin-Minds. So first I want to show you all my shirts. Again, you can catch these out on my storefront on Teesprings. So we're all about healing over here. Healing minds, healing bodies, healing spirits with laughter, with love, with insight, with education, okay? And today's episode is going to be a little different. I'm going to share a different part of myself with you all. I love to write. I write a lot of songs. I actually have a little voice, honey. When I get a little bit more confidence in it, then maybe I will sing for you all one day. But I write a lot of songs, and I write a lot of poetry. I love to write poetry. So I figured, why not get on here and open up a little bit and share some of my poetry and maybe share like how that poem came about, what I was going through for me to even have wrote what I wrote, etc., etc. Also, you guys know that I'm a children's therapist. So as a therapist, and I work with, youth who are 18, 17, 16. So it's not just like all babies, of course, but I really utilize writing as an outlet. I would encourage anybody to write. If you are feeling down, if you are feeling stuck, if you are feeling lost, write. Invest in a journal. My journal has all of my secrets in it, and everything that I didn't necessarily want to share with someone else, I was able to share in my journal. So journaling is so beneficial because it's like a keepsake, and it's a way of getting your emotions out without having to actually tell anyone. And then it can be your choice. And even if you do want to tell someone and you may feel like you don't have that much confidence to say it out loud, you can write it and then have them read what you wrote as well. So to this motherfucking poetry, okay? I'm gonna read 4 different ones. And I'll give a background story for all of them. So this one poem that I'm about to read is called Cracked Smiles, Cracked Teeth. So in September of 2019, I actually was in Mackinac Island with an old friend and my sister, and they had never been to Mackinac Island before, and I've been several times. And if you've never been to Mackinac Island, it's literally an island that does not allow cars on the island. So it's literally like an island on water, basically, okay? And you have to take a ferry over there, and they just have like bikes that you can bike around with. Well, all 3 of us were in grad school, and we just were looking for a break. And mind you, I'm in grad school, I'm fucking stressed, like it's a lot going on. And I ran into the back of my friend's bike, an old friend, and fell face first into the pavement, and I broke my 2 front teeth, and my bottom teeth shifted and went so deep in my gums that I had to get stitches. Those stitches then got infected, so I had to get that stuff scraped out and restitched. I fractured my elbow. It was tough, bitch. Okay, it was tough. Okay, and it really had hurt my feelings, and it really had made me very self-conscious. That shit ain't, it ain't bothering me no more, okay? Bitch is feeling real good, okay? But in the moment, it had really, fucked with me. And so I had wrote a poem, and in following my poetry, you have to realize that I'm a very smart bitch, okay? And so my poems have a lot of metaphors and analogies, and you have to really pay attention to get what the fuck I'm saying, okay? So without further ado, and I'm gonna be reading from my little computer or whatnot. So without further ado, here is Cracked Smiles, Cracked Teeth. Okay, here we go. By the way, I wrote this poem in 4 minutes. Most of my poetry I wrote in literally minutes, because once it's flowing, honey, it just kind of flow, okay? So here we go. Cracked smiles, cracked teeth, cracked heart. My innocence, my greeters, my hello has been taken because of a fall. Not knowing that at the bottom of the endless well my heart has sank. It It may be shallow to some, but my high cheekbones that once hid the beauty from inside has drooped. I feel different, unknowingly different. Has my subconscious let itself in from the side door where I left the key hidden under the mat? That life wiped its feet on without asking the gracious host, could it enter? Gracious and open was I before the night that my pride died because now I'm different. I can't put my finger on it, and like the spotless Dalmatians, I'm being watched, hunted, and preyed upon, but I too shall conquer Cruella. Why did I deserve to be different? What did I do that was so misconstrued that it left me lying in my own pool of blood, undertaken by shame and guilt? Did I bring this upon myself? The slippery lifts, sizzles, and seems to exist as these foreign objects make themselves comfortable in my front living room. Did you pay the light bill this month? Because you know I have to charge you rent, $3.25 for every second that you sit and plague my heart of its endless beats of compassion and pride and the protection that was once offered to me. Am I being lied to? Is this real? Cracked smiles, cracked minds, cracked hearts, and wet cheeks, biting down and medicating, slowing down and re-educating on what it means to be in love with myself. Is this what life has come to? So, again, I have really went through this really horrific fucking accident. I mean, who the fuck falls on their fucking face first and break their teeth, bitch? Like, me, okay? And I was on medication because like pain meds because I was in so much pain. And I had to take off several days from grad school. I really was supposed to take off weeks, but I am like not the type of person that can stay down. So literally like after 3 days I was back in grad school. I was wearing a face mask because my teeth were literally cracked, and you couldn't tell that, okay? And, you know, my teeth were absolutely beautiful before this happened. So that was another big reason that it had really hurt my feelings, because I had, my two front teeth had been in my mouth since I was like fucking 7. Those same two front teeth, them big ass two front teeth. And thankfully the dentist did a good job with the two front teeth, so they still look very similar. But yeah, it was very hurtful. It was very painful. I was very, very, very sad. Like, damn, life is trying to kick my ass, and then you gonna wait till a bitch get in grad school where life is already kicking my ass, bitch. So, like I said, I just really started to journal and pray, and that brought me closer to God because actually at the hospital, at the emergency room on Mackinac Island, they actually told me that it was a blessing that I was still alive because I had failed so hard that I could have either actually died because fucking lost consciousness and fucking died. But they also said that it was amazing that I could still walk because how I fell, I could have fucked my spine up as well, and I didn't. So in really realizing that and processing that, I just was extremely grateful to God. Like, okay, this was some hard shit, but it could have been worse, and for that reason, I thank you, Lord. So that's just a little testimony. Now, honey, what made that experience that much worse is, and I'm sure your ass is probably watching this because I know you. I was dealing with this guy who, if I'm being completely honest with you all, and I never really have said this out loud, I was in love with, honey. Like, love this man, like, wanted him so bad, wanted to be with him, wanted to be his, wanted him to have me in ways I haven't let nobody else have me, okay? And around this time when this accident happened, we kind of had got back into contact, and because he was clearly unhappy with his life and circumstances in this moment, he was very verbally and mentally and emotionally abusive towards me. And because I was kind of familiar with that, because I experienced that in my childhood from my dad, I just kind of like dealt with it until I finally like realized like, okay, Yeah, no, I'm sitting here being nice and pointing to you, and you're being an asshole to me for no reason. So, this poem is about this guy. I actually have two poems that I want to read about this guy. And like I said, when I'm in that moment and my feelings are hurt or I just have a lot on my heart, I will write a poem. And so, this is about this guy who shall remain nameless. Okay, it's called Stuck. And I wrote this in like 2 minutes, and this was written in 2019. Stuck in a rut that I just can't seem to escape, because when I close my eyes, I'm instantly in a state that seems to long for who I thought you could be. Wondering so effortlessly, was it me? Was it my actions that caused you to be so cold? Yet it left me having to be bold enough to choose me. And from now on, this Pisces will see the truth and clarity about who I am meant to be. Knowing my worth was the karmic lesson that was placed on my back, leaving me crippled and seeing my chiropractor 3 days a week, hoping that her support could get me back to me. I told her, you see, I just happened to love a Negro that was incapable of seeing all of me, a man that I vowed to change and cater to with every fiber in me. However, he chose to be envious and defensive, leaving the universe to call for a separation that partly separated us because he is still here, stuck, having me in a rut. On which path shall I dive in next? Open my heart and allow him in, or close that chapter, pack my bags and climb Mount Everest shouting out what's next? Because after this experience, I don't ever want to be stuck in a rut, unable to see, as if the fog was clouding me. Juggling ideas of growing with you, yet the pain has me feeling as if I'm having contractions. Could this be labor? Have I had to endure 28 hours and 32 pushes to help evolve what was meant to bring me love? Is this what this is? Because I thought it wasn't supposed to hurt. Yet I feel like my throat is being caved in at the hands of your shortcomings. If you would just stop and look me in my eyes, you could see the future, because I am. And I left it at because I am, because in the moment, how I felt was, if he would have just opened his eyes, he would have seen that I was his future. And if he would have opened his eyes, he would have seen that God placed me, a gem, in his life as a blessing. Baby, me and this man could have, and I'm gonna keep it funky with y'all. The motherfucker fine, okay? The motherfucker fine, okay? So me and this man could have been really on that type of time, then started YouTube, had millions of motherfucking followers, making millions of motherfucking dollars, okay? We could have been made our own legacy instead of, people trying to live off of legacies of other people that are really oppressing them. I digress. Anyways, so that was that poem. Another poem that I wrote kind of about him, which this the last motherfucker poem y'all gonna hear about this motherfucker, because he don't deserve no more my motherfucker Tim, okay? This one is called Morning. Not morning like, it's morning, but morning like, yeah, I went there. Anyways, this one is called Morning. It's 7:49 and my time has been wasted enough. Did you hear me? I know my love is tough, but baby, this relationship has gotten too rough. So I rescind your invitation into my house. Crawling and creeping like a mouse, but move over and make way, because I'm coming in cleaning house with raid and other rodent getaways. I choose me. Genuinely, authentically me. You don't deserve my love. You don't deserve to have my nose spread open, getting any and everything that you could possibly have from me, because you can't even see just how deep my well runs. So be gone and don't come back, because my heart is protected by shackles of iron that you're unqualified to unlock. Bloop. Okay. Now this last poem, honey. Woo! If you got some tea, okay. If you want to just go ahead and pat the P or jack the D. Why I say this poem right sure, then you go ahead and do that, baby, because this poem is called Lust, honey. Lust, lust, lust. So I was in my room And I was like, I want to challenge myself in my poetry, and instead of me just writing what comes to mind, I want to create a poem that I wanted to write, like a poem that I thought of in a moment instead of it just like flowing out of me. So I said, I want to make a poem about sex, honey. And I personally am a siren, okay? And when I open myself up to that energy, it ain't a man that can resist me, okay? Because it get real crazy. But this poem is called Lust, and y'all might see why I say that, because this poem is very steamy and hot, okay? Clang, clang, okay? Clang, clang, okay? So let's get into it, y'all, so y'all can see what it's about, okay? I don't even know if I can say all this type of stuff on YouTube. But I'm going to say it anyways, because that's just how I am, okay? So this poem is called Lust. Sometimes I think about tasting you, putting you under my spell. Well, hell, haven't you heard the way I intertwine myself around bodies and make them quiver? The way I part my lips that will make your backbone shiver? I wanted you to feel my tonsils as I sung a melody and gulped, as if I was singing a tune to worship your sweat. I don't think you seem to understand how I do what I do. The type of stare that will make you feel like it was voodoo. I can conquer you. Your sweat dripping down your chest as I press my freshly painted toenails into the ceiling. My seasoned spots will give you high blood pressure because you can't resist this feeling. The way I whisper so gently in your ear, my dear, I can steer you to a place of ecstasy. Have you saying my name in your dream? I'm enticing, delicious, and divine. When I nibble on your neck, you would have swore it was a peck, but baby, I'm taking a chunk, biting and chewing you like a piece of gum that just entered my mouth. It's moist, and after a volcano of flavor bursts inside as I blow a bubble, you stumble and scream out shit. I crack a smile and look at you because I don't spit, which is really a lie, bitch, because I haven't did that yet, because I ain't never been in no relationship, and so I'm not doing that until I get into a relationship. But anyway, back to this, because it had it had to flow, it had to go, okay? Because I don't spit. I love the way that you make me feel, and it's a rush that keeps me from busting through my jeans. The way I thrust and scratch as you pull my hair from the back. I don't know if you will ever leave, but yet again I played the game, and now you will hang underneath my windowsill, trying to steal a glimpse into my world because you, my dear, have been marked. Boop. So that's just a little bit of the poetry that I like to write. And again, outside of poetry, on a serious note, if you are going through anything, the fuck? On a serious note, if you are going through anything, try writing, because it really is a healthy outlet, and it helps me, so it probably will help you. So that is all, my lovelies, and I hope that you all have a great time, day, morning, night, whenever you're watching this.